Greetings. Hello to all. Happy Monday to everyone. Monday night is, as you all know, the fashion night where we look at style on the red carpet and watches. I feel like tonight's going to be mostly watches, if not all watches. Pretty watch heavy night ahead of us. How are you guys? My sartorial sluts, Michaela de Chatillon and Dirk Kennedy. Welcome, guys.
Oh, fabulous, of course. It's only afternoon for me, so nice and early.
Yeah.
Yes.
4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here. Midday, nice. Mid-afternoon, bordering on evening, very nice.
I met my friend's new baby this morning.
Oh, yes?
I got to hold her little boy. She had him a week ago. So sweet.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and he's not even ugly. I'm so happy for her.
And he's not even ugly.
He's got lots of black curly hair. So cute.
Oh, wow.
It's funny, when my daughter was born, she had jaundice, you know, so they had to take her away and put her in a room and all this stuff. But what happens is you look all tanned.
Yeah, so, it's like a spray tan.
Some friends were coming by the hospital because we were there for a few days. It was a really cool experience. And they're coming by the hospital to say congratulations and bring gifts and stuff. And so many of the friends are like looking through the window going, "That's Lydia? Oh my God, that's such a cute baby. I hate babies. Babies are ugly, but that's like the best looking baby we've ever seen." We're like, that's because it's got jaundice.
Oh, Jesus.
It's got a tan. The Italians are so obsessed with tan.
That is amazing.
They are.
I got a spray tan once for my wedding. And I was nannying this little boy, and he was only 3 years old, and he was looking at my skin, and it was really even. It looked pretty good. You know, I got it really light. And he said, "Oh no." And I was like, "What?" He said, "Your skin." And he was grabbing my arm, and then he was afraid to touch it. He said, "It looks like you're dying." And I was like, wow, children have this inner sense like, oh, this person's liver is failing or whatever creates jaundice. He's like, "You look like you're dying."
Failure.
And I was like, that's how you know the spray tan's good. When you look like you have jaundice.
I can't imagine you with a tan, Michaela. I don't know if that would suit you. You kind of have that kind of white angel thing going on.
Agreed.
Yeah, a Snow White kind of vibe.
It was pretty mild. It wasn't like a chavette or something. Like, it was nothing crazy. But it definitely made me think twice about getting the spray tan again. I'm not going to lie. I was like, if a 3-year-old tells you look sick, you believe them. They're very blunt and honest. You believe anything they tell you.
Dirk, what are you wearing on the wrist?
I'm wearing my brand new Waltham Field and Marine.
Ooh.
That I got as a gift this weekend from Angelo Minichello.
Wow, that is a huge crown. Am I looking at that right?
It is a ginormous
It looks
crown.
like a grenade or something. Goodness.
Well, it's actually called a bayonet style.
Oh.
And if you look at it, you can see where Panerai got their cues from. And it's a locking mechanism where you actually have to push down, screw out. It is a faithful recreation of the very first waterproof watch ever invented, which was the Field and Marine by Waltham in 1912, or I think it was 1912. And marketed in 1920. And then, of course, the Submariner came out about a decade later. And it's got a date at 6. And it's a very interesting way to operate this ginormous bayonet crown, which has got the Waltham W on it. And it's got 3 positions. It's got wind, set time, and set calendar. And then when you're all said and done, you push it all the way in, turn it, and it locks.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
And it's 41 millimeters, and it's very heavy.
It looks good on you. 41 works.
Yeah, 41,
on your wrist,
41's good. Yeah, 41's good. And it's not too high.
Quite a collection together, man.
I know, it's crazy.
Crazy.
He came to town. He's one of the bashers. And we had a wonderful day, and we went out for a lovely dinner. And he just said, "Listen, I want to give you something." And he gave me this and a beautiful book on the very first waterproof watch, a very big book on how they designed it, how they worked with the military. It was to save soldiers' lives. Very interesting. Yeah.
That is
I love it.
It looks great.
And we can see it even with the green screen. You can see it.
You can see it even with the green screen. Yeah, you can.
It's
I'm not used to being able to see it.
I know. It's got no green on it.
It leaves nothing to the imagination, though. That's the thing.
That's true. Right. All my other watches kind of vanished a little bit. Well, my Speedy doesn't.
I'm doing the AP Royal Oak Offshore.
Beautiful.
Big, beautiful green. If I had a green screen, you wouldn't be able to see it at all.
That's true.
Even the strap is green.
Yeah. I love that combo, by the way. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it much more than the gray. I love the green on there.
Oh yeah, you don't like the gray strap?
I like it, but this is just extra special.
Yeah. Really brings something more.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, thanks.
I associate the Royal Oak with you now whenever I see it.
Me too.
That's like the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, why is everyone else copying you? Why are they copying you? I know where they got their inspiration.
You want to hear something funny? Is the other day I went into my local barber shop and I go there and he's talking to some fella. And I sit down in the chair and the guy's talking. They're like a Mexican guy, got an actual, not a Mexican American, a guy from Mexico. And they're chit-chatting and he's got a big, giant fake Royal Oak on.
No.
Then my barber says, hey, he knows a lot about watches. You guys could talk. And then he goes, did you see his watch? And I'm like, how did you know
it was fake? Sorry to ask.
I mean,
you could tell.
I mean, I didn't even have to fondle it,
Okay.
But he made the mistake of saying, and I said, oh yeah, I saw it. I said, it's kind of like an AP Royal Oak.
It's kind of
and he pulls it off and he hands it to me. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. And I was just like, oh, so nice. And I handed it back to him to just be polite. But it was just because it was brown, looked like it was made out of some kind of copper. It was a very, very weird thing. Everything was wrong on it.
If it was an offshore, it could have been a real one. If it looked copper and it was an offshore, because as you know, the offshore is the big, chunky Hublot looking version of a Royal Oak.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, it was just had all the hallmarks of Canal Street all over it.
Okay, well, there's a certain decorum in situations like that. I think. Yeah,
I didn't want to embarrass him.
It's very embarrassing. I was at dinner one time and the guy had Submariner and handed it to me, or I asked him actually. He didn't offer. I was like, "Give me a look at that," and I, played with it for a second, and I just got that sinking feeling, and I just handed it back to him, going, "Lovely, that's great."
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what you do.
Michaela, what do you got on the wrist tonight?
Just the same old
Ballon Bleu. Your signature.
Indeed. Yes. I was going to wear one of the Seiko Prospects in their collection, but there was a little bit of a technical issue. So maybe next time.
Okay.
But it's one I haven't worn before, so it'd be fun to show you guys next time.
Yeah. I think they'd love to see it too.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So it was quite a weekend. My God, a lot of stuff happened in the world over the weekend.
Oh gosh, I know.
But in sports, there were two large events. The Wimbledon,
but in sports,
it was just avoid everything else. Yes, Carlos Alcaraz. Is that how you say his name?
That is correct. Carlos.
He won Wimbledon.
Second time Wimbledon.
Yeah, second time in a row, and wore the same watch. So we're going to have a look at his watch and other watches at Wimbledon. And of course, there was the Euro Cup final yesterday, and people are just going mad because the entire planet, who cares? We're all against England. The only people who were up for England were the English. But the English got very, very hopeful to bring it home, as they say. It's coming home, the cup, but it actually didn't happen. Spain beat them 2-1. It was fair and square. As far as I can see, it was a good match, solid match. As long as it doesn't go to penalties, I'm happy, because I hate penalties. But my condolences, because of course many of my viewers are Brits. I'm sure it was a rough old evening. I hope you drowned your sorrows a little bit with a few beers.
Yeah,
people people really do get hurt emotionally from sports.
They do.
Something I never understood, but I try not to mock it, because if that I just don't understand it. So I try to keep my mouth shut about it, but I do observe it.
You'll notice that they say we. Now, I used to do that too, because I used to be way bigger into baseball than I am now. I used to be such a hardcore baseball fan, and I thought of the Mets as we won, we're against them, our record against them. You feel like you're a part of the team. I know it's ludicrous and all that, but
thanks, JC. Yes, we went to Serie A. That was a couple of weeks ago. The entire city was on fire that night. Everyone was going nuts. Thank you for that. I don't really follow local soccer. Honestly, I don't follow soccer really in any heavy way, but I will pay attention when it reaches like the semifinals or finals, like I did yesterday. Anyway, we'll look at, because both teams had amazing watches, guys. You're in store. What's in store for you guys, watch-wise, in the next 40 minutes? It's just gonna blow your mind. Great. This is high level. But I do want to start with one little mention here. Let me share over this other window. Look who showed up.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So happy she seems okay.
She seems okay, yeah. And she's got all her hair.
Yes.
So
just the most elegant and beautiful woman in England.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's true.
It is true.
And she really, of course, gave Carlos his cup and everything. And it was a super beautiful moment. Great to see her.
It's great to see her looking so well.
She's such a beautiful true spring color palette.
Yeah. Right?
That kind of purple does not look good on a lot of people. It just makes her look so vibrant and healthy.
Everything looks good on her. Everything.
Fair enough.
She's just, I mean, she's built like a model, first of all. So clothes drape on her so beautifully. And even though that's a very, very kind of strange draping on the top and the bodice area, I don't know quite how to make that out. It's something I've never seen, because it looks like maybe it's got a panel put in there. Originally, it might have been cut and they put a panel behind it to cover her. She might have had some, treatments and, IVs and things to cover that up. But if you look at the actual cut of the dress, it looks like they might have added that panel later on for her, of course.
I can see that.
I mean, she just looks, and that purple, you're right. The only people that look good in that is her and Prince.
Right. Yeah.
Beautiful slingbacks
in here. Where is it gone? I had it for a second. Oh, maybe it's in here somewhere. Of her last year, because she was presenting it as well last year. She doesn't look any different. I mean, it's not. She's very, very frail shape, figure as it is. She's extremely slight.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're seeing her lose weight and go, "Oh my God, she looks like death warmed up." No, she looks beautiful.
She looks like Kate.
She looks like,
and it is very telling that she has all her hair. So whatever treatment they're doing is probably minimally invasive, because usually with radiation and/or chemotherapy, you do lose your hair.
And
her hair looks as beautiful and lustrous as ever.
She's telling. Radiant. I'm glad.
So I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, me too.
She's my favorite royal.
Of course she is.
If she becomes queen, I'll be like, God save the queen.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Nothing but class and sweetness. She's just sweet,
Agreed.
kind, and I have a feeling she's very tough.
Yeah. You mean you don't like Harry's wife?
I don't really care for her. She's such a
I'm joking.
Has been
an abhorrent strega.
I had hope, and I was open-minded with her at the beginning. I was like, I don't care that she's to be an actress. Like, if she wants to step into this new role, good for her. Why not? She bagged a prince. If she can be a good princess,
she sure did.
Good for her. And then she just ruined everything. So that was on her.
Harry used to be the cool one, and now he's just the whipped one.
Carla made a comment about the hair. Her chemo drugs don't routinely have hair loss, if I've guessed her cancer correctly. Oh, so it depends what kind.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, she looks great.
Yeah,
we're all fans.
You don't lose hair with radiation unless it's brain. Oh, that's interesting. I learned something new. Thank you, Carolyn.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Anyway, moving on. Let's take a look at the watches of the evening. I have all my tabs here ready. First of all, of course, we have the man of the hour. This is him accepting his cup. We get a gorgeous shot. He was very graceful as well. He bowed twice. He curtsied twice as he walked up to her, which is kind of cool.
Classy.
Let me see if I can grab this shot there. Boom.
Damn.
Oh boy. There. Ooh, man.
Look at that thing.
Oof.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah. That, my friends, is his Daytona in yellow gold on the Oyster Flex with the meteorite dial.
So cool.
So good. Yeah, really, really good. Sorry, I have another. I have some shots of the watch, not on his wrist, but just so you guys can get a look at this thing. This is a slice of meteorite on the dial, and I'm not sure there's anything better in the world. Amazing watch. Do you guys like it?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a
do.
Daytona fan, but that's beautiful. And now they've got this guy wearing Rolex, and since they've lost the #1 Rolex ambassador for tournament play, they've got Carlos Alcaraz, who's going to be up there. He's going to, without injury, that guy is going to, and he's moving up fast, really fast. He's got 4 Grand Slams already. It's quick. He's 21 years old.
Wow.
People have been saying, people have been saying that they enjoy watching him play because he's really enjoying the sport, the spirit of the sport, even when he loses a score or whatever, or a round or whatever. He's just a point. Sorry, yeah, that's what I was looking for. He kind of loves that he lost. He's observing what he did wrong, and you see him smiling and enjoying the process. That's kind of nice. I don't like when tennis players smash their racket on
the brats. Yeah.
I mean, it's like, that's not the point of watching tennis, is not to see the drama and the freakouts, so it
Serena
doesn't
Williams.
draw me. Yeah, it's true.
John McEnroe, who was the most notorious brat in history, is a much better tennis commentator and ambassador, and so highly respected because he remembers every match. He's got savant-like memories. Guys who play like that on the court are generally not well tolerated, and there's lots of heavy-duty fines for misbehaving on the court. So this guy is elegant. Even Djokovic, who's been through his fair share of controversies, was so eloquent in his exit speech yesterday and so praising of Mr. Alcaraz, just basically saying he was way too good for me. He's the better player. He outclassed me. It was so elegantly and so superbly said. And I'm going to give Djokovic some credit, because usually, I think he's growing up finally at 37 years old, and that's good because he just doesn't always make everybody feel happy. And he wears Hublot, and that's not a good thing. And there's a reason why he wears Hublot, because no other watch company probably wants to touch a guy like that. They don't like controversy. They love elegance and sportsmanship. Right. Rolex.
Yes.
Here you are.
I've always found the Daytona to be very attractive. To me, this is a very beautiful, well-balanced piece, and I love it on this strap, making it so sporty.
Yeah, I like it better on
I didn't think I would, but I do, and I just think he wears it really well, and it's just so much cooler, in my opinion, than wearing a Richard Mille or something. Like, I just find this to be elegant. Yeah.
Let's move on.
He looks way older than 21, though.
He's
by
21.
the way, that was shocking.
It's amazing.
He does not look 21.
He looks better this year than last year. I was looking at the photos from last year. He's kind of growing into himself.
He's been groomed.
Right.
In the true sense of the world, not for
scrubbed and dyed.
Yeah.
I paused for a second when you said that.
Yeah, because people
groomed means something new now.
Nah, it means something new. He's not groomed for that. He's somebody actually groomed him. And
he might be groomed for that, but that's separate. It's not.
Sure.
His eyebrows have been beautifully done, looking great. Yeah.
Let's move on. We have Barbara Krejcikova wearing a Rado.
Yeah.
And I was interested in this. This is it's a brand you see a lot around here in Italy, Rado. It's affordable stuff. I think this is like $2,000 or something. Sure. Yeah, 23,300. This is called the Diamaster Thin Line Automatic. Interesting looking watch. What do you guys think?
Mm,
Mm.
yeah.
No.
Somehow, I'm feeling like a little bit of Blancpain Villeray vibes. If I'm being not in total, just a little bit of that. The Sunburst Guilloche one specifically with the black dial. We've been looking at that recently, but something about the case of it on the outside, it's just too thin. It makes it look a little cheap, and I know it's probably not.
A little
I'm not crazy
Movado-y.
about it. Yeah, it's not working for me. It's just not doing it, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say other than, listen, it's a storied brand. It's been around for a while. It's part of the Swatch Group, right? Yeah, I just think I've never been a fan when the dials are everything. I like a little bit more of a bezel, a little bit more, even though this is well executed, and I like the short lugs. I think it is a little thin. I think the balance is odd. The lugs look a little too stubby for such a it's all dial.
Yeah.
And I like the kind of angled rehaut. I think that looks kind of, I see what they're going for, but in a way it just looks like a pie plate.
It does
Yeah.
look like a pot or a pan, doesn't it?
Yeah. Looks
Now
a
that
bit
is
like,
interesting what they did there with the kind of half open works and half not.
it is.
This all around the indices is a closed face for all intent and purpose, but this part, including the date wheel, which is kind of exposed. I'm assuming you read the date from here anyway, but you can see all the other. Isn't that kind of funny?
No, it's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 today. It's weird. I think they could have done a little bit better with movement decoration from the front, maybe a little bit more, pearlescing or arabesquing or just something. It's just a little kind of just looks.
It's a $2,300 watch. It's not. They're not going to have arabesque or guilloche or anything.
Yeah, guilloche for sure.
Well, we've never spoken about or featured Rado on the channel at all. So that's interesting enough. All right, here's your boy with his Hublot. This is the Big Bang with integrated, so the bracelet, because you can get these on straps.
Yeah.
In green ceramic, 42 millimeters.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm an AP boy, and this is wannabe AP.
Oh, that's the whole reason.
And after all, when people think of AP, they think of me, apparently. Which sometimes, by the way, I'm just going to suck the juice out of that one there for the next week.
Why not?
They should do an interview with you, Oisin.
Yeah, they should. Instead, they chose a little fat Dutchman instead.
Oh, I know nothing about that.
I'm not bitter.
That's not why I said that. That's not why I said that. I knew nothing about that.
I'm not.
Yeah, I get what you're saying about this, reminding you of that.
It's just
the AP, the Audemars Piguet. I can totally see that, and I like the green from a distance.
Sure.
Up close, it's very, very like army green in a way that I don't like. It just not my thing. And the dials confusing and stupid and messy.
Look at the clasp; it doesn't even close.
That is embarrassing.
It doesn't. They're not even married. Look, isn't that horrific for a?
Because
it's the London look, baby. It's the London look. The Gap.
I mean, if you look at the whole history of this thing, these things were just created for bling, bling, blang, blang. They wanted to copy the Royal Oak in a way that they wouldn't get sued. And Novak only has a deal with them because nobody else wanted him. That's the sad reality. That's why he doesn't have Nike or Adidas. That's why he has Lacoste.
Is that you guessing, or are you sure about that?
No, that's the inside track. It's just that he's not attractive, even though he is the holder of the most Grand Slam records in the world. He's got the best record in tennis, over Roger, over Rafa. It's just that he's just, not the most,
Renaissance Chambre, you're right. It looks very Lego.
Yeah.
It does. Lego.
Horrible.
Transformers.
It does look like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible. Look at that.
Listen, it's so bad, right? Like, that is cheap. That is cheap crap. And I don't know the retail price on this watch, but it's not gonna be low. It's a ceramic in green. It's gonna be 20 grand or something. So this is the problem with Hublot. If they're a little bit modest with their prices, more modest, it would help. The problem is they're searching for huge high tickets and not giving you have such a great watch. So this is the problem with Hublot, and that's one case where I actually do agree with the little fat Dutchman. Moving on, we have Donna Vekic. Vekic, is that how you say it? FP Journe Elegante. This is an interesting watch. This is the
I think
one
we were
that's,
talking about this one before.
yeah,
The specific one.
This is the one that Britt
Watch
Pierce
Gringa got
lost.
stolen.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
It's quartz.
It's quartz, but it's an interesting quartz. So it lasts up to 18 years with minimum use. And what happens is the watch stops. It just stops moving. And then when you pick it up and put it on your wrist, it wakes up and it sets the time to where the time should actually be.
Come on.
Yeah, that's what it does. And that's why
Well,
it's such a
that's
popular thing. 'Cause
magic.
it's kind of magical quartz. Yeah, quartz kind of brought to a whole new level. So it's kind of cool, yeah.
So it's got some kind of memory in it that knows where it should be.
Yes, exactly. And that way it's not wasting energy when it's not being touched. You can come back to it a year later and pick it up, and then it'll go back to exactly the time that it's supposed to be. Yeah. And there's a lot of different configurations. These ones with the diamonds around the edge seem to be what she had. And she had an orange strap. That's her config there with the orange. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You guys like it?
Yeah, I do. I think it's very pretty.
Michaela,
Yeah,
would you wear one of these, Michaela?
I would. I don't. You know, the strap that she's wearing on it. I think we had been talking about how aesthetically we thought it looked a little too like felt or like just boring, like not felt, but it was just so simple. But when I actually look at it in the context of a sporty watch, I like it. So I think that's my problem. Is my opinion about watches is so aesthetic based, and my aesthetic ideals are definitely like altered depending on the mood of the situation. What she's wearing with it, I just think perfect. I wouldn't even like it on a different strap better, actually. Yeah. But if I were to wear one daily, I wouldn't want it on this one. If that makes sense. I think it looks pretty elegant, but I'm not crazy about on the outside, the little diamonds. I don't like that. That's not for me, but I do like the design of the dial. The design's really pretty and really elegant.
Those hands are gorgeous.
Do you like that case?
So.
The Elegante. Do you like the case shape? That's a tattoo case shape.
I do. I actually like really
do. 20th century, yeah.
Yeah,
it's kind of very more classic.
Very classic. It's more attractive, or it's just more interesting than just a simple rectangle. It's just gives it a little bit of feminine curves, and I like it. I would definitely wear it.
It's interesting when you think about who wears watches during gameplay. Rafa does. I don't know. Does Djokovic wear a watch during gameplay? Because Roger never did. Roger would take the second the match was completed, he'd walk over to his bag and he'd choose which Rolex he wants, and then he'd put it on his wrist before he goes before the microphone. Right. I noticed a lot more players seem to be wearing them. Now, maybe that's because this is a kinetic watch, so it may be less to worry about. I guess, who would care about a Big Bang? So sure, why not wear that? But it's interesting that people are wearing them now. I remember a rule I used to hear years ago, and it was like my old manager said, take your watch off. And I said, why? They said, well, because you might be compelled to look at your wrist while you're doing your show, and nobody wants to see you looking at a wristwatch. They'll think you're wondering what time you're going to be done.
Yes, I totally agree. I actually found that with the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch, if you're speaking to someone, okay, we're drifting off topic here a little bit. It's interesting. Okay. If you're speaking with someone and they're like, oh, yes, hi, and I'll just zoom in on me so you can see. Yes, that's great. And then you look at your watch and what does that look like to you?
Yeah, I can't wait to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm just fucking nodding and I've got somewhere to go and I'm not interested in this conversation. The problem with the Apple Watch is that little fucker vibrates. You get an email, you get a little notification. So it goes on your wrist, which is distracting, which is going to make you go, oh, and look down. And what happens is when I speak to people with Apple Watches, I'm always getting these signals that like they want to end the conversation and walk away.
Yeah.
Not
rough.
good. Not.
Well, luckily, if it's somebody you don't know, you could say, "Oh crap, I have to be in surgery in 30 minutes." Nice to talk to you.
Moving on.
Yeah, good point.
Moving on. What else?
I like it.
there?
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful, right?
It's beautiful.
There's Rogers.
Well,
yeah, we spoke about this last week, but
we did.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's pretty classy that he'll say, "I'm going to Wimbledon. I'm going to wear a Wimbledon."
Yeah.
You know. I'm gonna be. My friend John is gonna hate me a little because this is his watch and he has it on the Jubilee, and he loves it. But I actually turned down 2 of these before they were popular.
Yeah.
I was offered a couple when they were still a watch that people were on the fence about whether it was a good look or not, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the single indice with the bloom on it. It seemed like a tooth. One tooth and no other teeth or something like that. It is
odd. They should have omitted it entirely.
And I don't know. It's a very peculiar, quirky looking Datejust. Michaela, do you like it?
I would like it better if it was not two-tone. I don't like the two-tone with this one. I don't know. It just I would like it for its kind of smooth design, and the two-tone's distracting me. I'm not crazy about it. I don't think it's bad. I think it looks better on him than actually just in the photo, to be honest. Once he's wearing it and I see it with his suit and everything, I like it, but it's not my favorite variation of this piece.
I love the watch just without the snaggle tooth. I think that was just a design
snaggle tooth.
The snaggle tooth.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of snaggle tooths lately. I don't know what's going on, but
it was a mistake. Yeah. I don't mind the two-tone. I love the smooth bezel, the gold bezel. It's a very unique thing for. It looks really cool. I love that the dial, and I'm not a. Usually, I like regular numerals. The Roman numerals are not my thing. Maybe it's just because I'm biased because it looks so good on Roger. But without the snaggle tooth, I'd like that. I think it's cool.
You like it?
I do.
Would you think it looks better with a fluted bezel, or do you like it better?
No, I love that smooth bezel.
I understand that. That's what I'm thinking. Is I like the smooth look of it, and that's the thing is for me, for some reason the two-tone isn't working for me. But besides that, I actually like it, even though I love the beautiful fluted bezels.
All the Datejusts have a fluted bezel, don't they? It's kind of
not all of them.
Not all of them.
Half and half. It's the white. That's the white gold part. Yeah. You're either into that or you're not. Moving on, we have our boy David Beckham. Of course, he's a brand ambassador for Tudor, and he's wearing a nice, modest Pelagos FXD in titanium, 41 millimeters. He wears it on his right wrist and showing it off there. Can I ask you what kind of tie is that?
It's a knit tie.
A knit tie.
It's a knit tie, and I haven't seen a knit tie laying in a way that I liked in a photo in a long time. Yeah. So this looks pretty good here.
Last year's shows, Michaela and I were talking about how they keep trying every year, and it's for spring and summer only, obviously. But all the designers usually do a quick line of knits to get them out because the bottom is square. It's not full point, it's square. And to me, it always looks little boy. But this looks pretty good.
I mean, it does look pretty good. It really.
I mean, he's a ride and a half, so I mean, everything looks good on him.
What does that mean?
I mean, he's an incredibly handsome fellow.
Indeed,
built like a brick.
Even though
house.
we do need a magic eraser for his knuckles.
Oh, the tattoos are just too much.
And he needs a better voice.
When I was like a teenager, I thought the tattoos were cute. I thought they were cute when I was like 15, 16. I was like, oh my gosh, bad boy. Then when I became a woman, I was like, no, I'm sorry.
They're the doodles.
Yeah, the doodles. He's all scribbled.
Yeah, that's not art. That's a scribbly thing.
It's just horrible.
And what about the watch? How are you feeling about the
Pelagos? The watch.
Love that NATO. Gorgeous.
Really looks so good on him. I really think now when I think, of course, he's an ambassador and all that, but I just feel like it suits him so well. It almost feels like it was always him.
Yeah, it's a fucking man's watch, man. Look at that photo.
Look at this. Like, who's perfect arm and hand?
Yeah,
it's like
golden
perfection.
tan.
Yeah, they got the perfect guy with a little, with hair. This is exactly what a Tudor Pelagos is. It's a man's watch.
It's a man's watch. That's what you wish your arms and wrists looked like with that watch. It's like, oh, look at that. Oh, this will look great on me. Well, not like that, but yeah, that's gorgeous. That watch is killer.
Yeah, it really is. It looks
Killer.
great.
And the knurling on that is just some of the best in the business. I love that tight knurling.
It's just the perfect kind of handsome tool watch, isn't it?
Yeah, I love
Really
it.
is.
Screams like masculinity. Wow, how much does these things cost? I'm like getting interested now. It's only 4,200. It's 4,300 euros.
Yeah,
that's really, really affordable. Wow.
Add to cart. Add to cart.
Add to cart. That has got to be one of the most attractive straps I've seen in ages. I love it.
Yeah, and you know, it's really nice. It's really fascinating how well it looks with his elegant outfit.
Yeah,
it really just works, because I think when you have that proper air of masculine confidence, and you can, of course, he's handsome and he knows it, but I mean, in general, he is a ruggedly handsome guy, and when you carry that air with you, I think you can pair things like a nice, elegant suit with kind of a rough and tough man's watch like that. And even though it's not the sleek, elegant route that you would really normally pair with a beautiful suit, it works so well. And it's almost a statement. Like, it's like, I can pull this off. Yeah.
Yeah. After this, he's going to do some carpentry or something super masculine, you know, but he cleans
Mr.
up
Bradgas,
well.
Thank you for the $5. Sorry, I missed. I don't know what you're referring to. We're going back. I think Dirk's supposed to be on that.
Hublot. I just didn't know when to interrupt. Yeah.
The green army men.
No, we'll grab the super chats the second they come in. I don't mind the interruption.
Oh, you don't mind? So Timmy Wright had $1.99 as well earlier.
Oh, he did too. Votes. Yeah, everybody give us enough votes.
Please.
We're fighting the haters.
Don't be rude.
Get on. I just didn't want to interrupt
you if you don't upvote.
Yeah.
I'm going to find you.
Upvote, we'll find you. Yeah, that watch is killer. Looks great on Beckham.
They're deliberately not going to upvote now, so you go and find them, Michaela.
I will. I won't find you if you don't upvote. Wait.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, you got to reverse it.
I will come to your house if you upvote.
There you go.
It's getting weird. I'm going to stop.
So moving on, we have Andrew Garfield with his Omega Deville Tresor. I think we've seen him in this before.
We have. First of all, that the rose gold is just killer.
$2,300. Stunning rose gold.
$2,300.
Sorry, 1,000.
23,000. I was like, whoa.
It's gold. There's no gold watch for
$2,300.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, well.
Yeah, with this beautiful open back.
89.35. Yeah. Wow.
There's your arabesque.
Yeah, there you go.
Geneva stripes. That's what you want, right?
That's what you want. They could have done that.
The bridge is rose gold as well. Look at that. Sex, man.
Sex. Omega knows how to dress up a movement. They always did. Did. Looking great. That color combination is just outrageous. Andrew Garfield is some kind of acting genius. I've seen that guy in so many things. And Hacksaw Ridge, and
that was a good one.
That was in. Did you see the Jonathan Larson story where it was called like Crash Boom Bang or whatever it is? It was mesmerizing film about the guy that wrote Rent. You know, he died the night it premiered. He had an aneurysm and he died, and he portrayed him. He looks just like him. I love Andrew Garfield. I absolutely love him. And he was Spider-Man, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's adorable, and he's a very convincing actor.
Yeah, he's a terrific actor.
But what about the style and the watch?
Cool.
Very Wimbledon-y. Yeah, looks good.
He looks cool. I like that interesting jacket.
Yeah,
that's cool. It shows that he put in effort, but it looks kind of effortless at the same time. And that piece is just something else. The blue really makes that rose gold almost look fake because it's so vivid. Like, it must not be. There's no way it's that vivid. Obviously the photography helps, but it's just mesmerizing.
That's a killer dress watch. And I love the blue and orange because, I'm a Mets fan and a Queens fan. That linen safari jacket looking beautiful. I don't know who designed that. It looks like Heidi Slimane probably did that because it looks like his style. Great summer, London put together. Can we see the trouser? Is he just wearing
that's all there is in the photo?
Okay, well, look at that combo. It's perfect for wearing.
That's perfect.
Perfect. Great. Style.
Let's move on. We've got a lot to get through actually because we've got to do the soccer boys in a second.
Yeah.
This is Paul Mescal wearing a Cartier Tank Square Incrouvé 18 karat gold. This is an old watch. I don't think they make them anymore. It's from a different
time,
different era. This one's on a light brown.
Yeah.
You guys
He
like
should
this?
give that to his girlfriend and
Yeah,
pick something else.
It's a little too nothing. I don't know.
A little too feminine.
And I
for
love
him.
Cartier and I love vintage looking things, but this just looks a little too blah. Just a little bit.
I'm bored.
I mean, if I had it, I would wear it all the time and I would be obsessed. But I'm just
I would look great on you.
It would look great on you.
Yeah, I'm just saying if you have access to a lot, I don't know. This is not the one I would choose for him, but
yeah, it's just a little. I don't like a watch like that, a slender little, vintage is beautiful, but vintage men's, it's just too feminine on him. And I like Paul Mescal. I like him. I like him a lot. I like him. He's an up and coming superstar. Oh well. Yeah.
So we're coming over to the soccer here, and a shout out to Wrist Check on Instagram, guys. Go follow Wrist Check. Really, really cool. And they've done all the heavy lifting for me here with all the watches, even the prices and the reference and the retail price versus the market price.
What a great account. Love that.
Yeah, very cool. Wrist Check, guys. Go check them out. Go follow them. Alvaro Morata, who plays for Spain, was wearing a Santos de Cartier black steel at 39.8 millimeters. Retails for 8,300. Sells for a little bit less on the gray market. Do you guys like this black steel from Cartier?
I hate the Santos. It's my least favorite watch in the world. I hate it.
Too many screws. I'm with you there. I'm not crazy. I've seen variations of the Santos where I liked it more. I don't like this one. One of my friends who's into luxury shopping, she doesn't wear watches, but the one piece she's looking at is a Santos. And I just wanted to say something. I'm not going to, but just there's so many things that would look better on you. When she's trying them on, I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't know. I'm just not crazy about it. And I don't it's too much darkness.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe the classic Santos.
It reminds me of a smartwatch when it's all blacked out.
It does, yeah. All those anodized color. Like whenever you see, I remember years ago before I had a Milgas, I'd see them online in black. Some aftermarket person would anodize them.
Yes.
Why would you do that to that watch?
Why would you put a wrap on an Aston Martin?
Oh no. Yeah, listen, it's Cartier. It's it's a great watch. I've never been in love with this design. It's way too many screws, especially if it's on a bracelet. The bracelet is loaded with screws. That's just not my thing. But taste, can we go back to him just to see how he's pairing it? So we could just see, okay, it's hard stuff. Well, listen, it looks like he's got some kind of smartwatch on. It's not screaming.
It does look like a smartwatch at first, yeah. Okay, let's move on because we've got loads to get through. Now we have our Harry Kane, our star player from the English team. Patek Philippe Grand Complications, second monopusher chronograph in platinum, 41 millimeters. The retail is 467,000. On the market goes for over $500,000. How are we feeling about this? I mean, this guy's kind of a legend. I felt bad for him that he didn't win yesterday because he doesn't have many trophies and he's got such a long career.
He's got a really expensive watch, though.
Yeah, he has a really amazing
I'm not
watch.
crying for him very much.
Right.
Classic polo, that's fine. The watch is beyond extraordinary. I mean, God in heaven's name would even say about something like that.
Yeah, I mean, look at the case back.
Jesus Christ. This
big hunk of platinum.
It's beyond aspirational. It's just, wow, it's mesmerizing. What do you think, Michaela? Do you like it?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And, I think with that blue polo, it just looks so great, too. Honestly, it wouldn't really matter what you're pairing when you have such a gorgeous watch, but it does help. It really does. It helps bring out the elegance of it instead of distracting from it. Although this watch itself, speaks for itself and it's very attention grabbing, but this is just very, very brilliant choice. I think when people have this kind of money and they choose such elegant pieces, to me that says a lot about your personality and who you are. I've heard a lot of people argue against the fact that what kind of watch and the brands you choose. Now, of course, money is an issue for a lot of people, of course. So you can't buy the most expensive brands, but even with the lower tier brands, it doesn't matter. The watch that you choose does express part of who you are and your personality. And I've seen a lot of people come out lately and say that it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't say everything, but it does say something. And this says that this man is smart. That's all I have to say.
This says he's husband material.
He's smart. This. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say, but it was bad. Yeah, good choice.
I love how it's
brilliant.
it's so kind of sporty.
Yeah.
At the same time as being stuffy horology as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's
and these Piguet numerals too. They're delicious.
Yeah. Look how sporty it has, that sporty modern look, but it's also under the hood. It's just absolute. Oh my god, level.
It's just not even.
It's not even. Oh dear.
Yeah. Well.
God. Yeah. Well.
Watch of the day so far. Watch of the day.
Watch of the day.
To me,
all right.
Well,
don't speak too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, sports fellas make way too much money. That's ridiculous.
If I'm gonna pick anything that I don't like, it's the Arabic numerals. I would rather no numerals on this piece or indices on this piece. But that's getting really, really picky. Okay.
I like it. Yeah.
That was the deal breaker. He was gonna buy one, but it was the deal breaker.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Our star from the other side is Daniel Carvajal, and he has the latest iteration of the 5740 in white gold from Patek Philippe Nautilus with moon phase. Retail is 152, but you're never getting that call in a million years, so you're going to have to pay about 220 for this work of art. Sweet Lord. Don't know. I know you guys aren't as crazy about the Nautilus
because it's the whole squircle problem. That's my big bone. Like I look at this watch.
That's not a circle.
It's a square. It's not a circle. It's a squircle. It's just the shape. I mean, the rest of it is so beautiful.
It's too much of a squircle. You're right.
It's a squircle. It's a total squircle. It just doesn't.
I actually don't like squircles.
I don't like squircles. It just reminds me of that old cartoon, the line and the curve, where they're jealous of each other. One wants to be the other, and then at the end, it just turns into a circle, and everybody's happy. I mean, it's high horology, high demand. It is the dial is exquisite. The complications are outrageous. That bracelet is among the most beautiful that's ever been put on a watch, but it's a squircle. But it looks great on his. Look at his big wrist.
Let's hear from Michaela. Let's hear from Michaela what she thinks of it.
I mean, I feel the same way that I've been feeling. It hasn't really changed. It's just not doing it for me. I don't know. No. I just don't like the combination of the shape. I don't like certain elements of it. A little bit of delicate pieces mixed with chunky things, and it's just too chunky for me. I don't know. It looks just like it's just cut out of like a piece of concrete, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
guys, if I had that watch, that would be the end.
It would be the end for you, yeah.
Okay.
So you would defect from AP forever with that?
No, I wouldn't defect.
You have a choice right now, okay, to give up your AP and you get that.
Well, I have to do it because this is a piece of solid white gold that's worth 4 times what my AP.
But you can never sell it.
But if you want to offer me the AP equivalent of this, which is I can show you a lot of options, I would go for the AP instead. But this is one of the greatest watches ever made in the history.
No doubt it is. No doubt it is.
Okay, so moving on again because we've got tons to get through. It looks he's a big boy. Obviously.
Look at that wrist. Jeez,
great wrist.
Wrists. Wow.
Yeah. Now more Patek Philippe. This is Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah.
With a grand complication celestial rose gold with baguette cut diamonds at 44 millimeters. Retails for just under $500,000. Goes for about 600,000.
Dang. It looks like an Anne Klein watch or something.
Anne Klein.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even know where Anne Klein came from. I've seen it on people.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I hit you with the Macy's brand.
Anne Klein. Oh my God. I haven't heard that name in like decades. Anne Klein. That's like, that's you went into the supermarket and bought a watch.
Oh, sweet God.
I'm
and Klein was
sorry.
entry
You guys are
level.
assholes.
Oh man, it's hideous and
I know, I don't like
tacky
it. I don't
and
like it.
ugly, and Patek should never have put their name on that.
The back is beautiful, though.
The back
Oh
is
my
beautiful,
God.
but look at that.
The
And I
back.
love everything involved. I'm sure they'll look. Let me look at the complication on the front of that. Is that like a crazy moon phase going on there, just in a different configuration? Is that what's going on there?
Oh, this is celestial. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a wild. Yes.
Wow,
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
that is amazing, but
it is amazing.
it's of course it's amazing.
It's the
for what
night
they-
sky.
And it's ugly.
It's ugly.
You know what it
it's
is?
so
It's the
ugly.
entirety of it. Individual parts of it are so beautiful, but the entirety of it and the ugly diamonds around it, just so hideous, disgusting.
It's hideous. It's just hideous.
If they didn't have those diamonds, I might even be able to look at it a little differently, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. People think that, for example, if I say I don't like Hublot watches, I'm just jumping on a hate bandwagon. I'm looking at a Patek Philippe and I'm saying it's ugly. It's just my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about a brand. I love Patek Philippe. Love.
Sure.
It's a grail brand for me, but this is ugly.
So he's
I
not
mean-
getting any points for
No.
this very
It's
expensive
tacky
piece.
as it's so tacky. But
I personally
I do want to
think
read
it's-
about that.
It's a wonder of horology.
Horology,
So
it
I can
is.
look beyond that. I would rather no baguettes around the edge. If it didn't have those, I would happily take it. Moving on, even more Patek.
Yeah.
Americ Laporte wearing the Nautilus travel time chronograph. It's very popular right now, the travel time. Everyone's after the travel time. So what you have is you've got an extra, it's like a GMT almost, but you just set this, there are two 12-hour hands rather than a GMT, which has a 24-hour hand and a 12-hour. And you set them. And if you don't want that, you can just set it over the other one and it'll cover it and turn it into a regular kind of three-hander look. This retails for about 70 grand, goes for nearly 120 on the market. I suppose you have the same sentiments about this too, huh?
I want to see it on you, Ocean. I want to see it on you and see if it sways me in a different direction.
Yeah. I mean, such a chunky monkey too.
This one's more, these are a little chunkier than the 5711s, yes.
Sure.
They were a little larger.
I mean, I'd like to try one on one day.
We should make
and
merch.
see if it makes me feel
and
different.
Squircle will be
It's
on
Squircle,
t-shirt.
Squircle City. Yeah, it's so busy. Yeah, I don't like that.
Guys are unbelievable.
Yeah. Well,
moving on.
More for you.
And here's another one in gold. I guess you have the same feelings.
The gold is pretty.
Where's bigger?
That looks weird on. That looks very heavy on him. Maybe it's just the way the wrist is in that angle.
It's a heavy watch. Oh,
It doesn't look like a good fit for him in that photo. It just looks like it's like.
Look at his earring. That looks like a guy you'd see in Brooklyn at the car wash. Hey, you doing? Hey, what's up, Luigi? Hey, it's so tacky looking. It's so tacky. Yeah, Stephanie and I, we're gonna go to Coney Island this weekend. You want to come? We'll go to Nathan's. Yeah, I just got a new IROC. Fucking mental. That's what it looks like to me. It's just so tacky. Yeah. These guys, get rid of the diamond stud earrings. Stop it. Stop it with the diamond stud earrings. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Stop it.
Let's stay on the watch for a minute. Do you like that nice blue, those tones of blue against the
combination
gold?
is beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. But
the colors are undeniably vivid and
come
gorgeous.
on. If I had that on my wrist, you'd drop dead. Look at it.
Well, we'll see.
I hope you get one.
Get one and we'll
make you happy. Yeah.
You know what? I need to see the right person wearing it. I'm like one of those people, if I hear a song, I might not like it. I see a music video with it, I'm like, oh, I get it. I get the vision. Sure. So maybe I don't like it, then I see it on the right person, then I might fall in love with it.
Right.
So I guess you should get one.
I mean,
we'll see. Just get one.
Philippe, you know. It's Patek. That guy definitely says Patek.
This guy?
Yeah. Yo, it's my new Patek.
Hey, now he's Kyle Walker. He's British. He probably goes Patek.
No, he goes, this is me new Patek. Me new Patek. Patek.
It's not that hard to say. It's like not that hard to say.
Yeah, there's more Patek coming. I have to wade through this. Yeah, well, this is he wears a steel one, I believe, all black.
Oh, he's got a couple.
Yeah, right. but this is the Aquanaut chronograph in rose gold, 42.2 millimeters.
I never liked the Aquanaut. I would rather a Nautilus over an Aquanaut any day of the week.
Weirdly, I like this one more.
Isn't this one also a squircle?
Oh, it's a super squircle.
It is a
squircle.
I don't know what it is. It's the combination of
It
that.
makes no sense. Geometric. The mouth is wrong. Ah. Yeah, I don't get it. You know, they have the lines. Yeah. Well, we know that, like, from an horological standpoint, these are master machines.
Sure.
And I do like the juxtaposition of the brown and the gold, and
it's
the
all
brown
chocolatey,
and the gold, and the brown and the beige.
goodness.
Yeah,
don't
I think that's why I'm liking this one. I think that's why I'm liking the way this one looks versus what we've been looking at.
Yeah.
Because I do love a nice chocolatey brown on a watch. And the gold too, gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I like it on this strap. I like it.
The best one so far because of the color combo, but it's still an Aquanaut, which is, you know, I don't know. There's something farty about Aquanauts. I don't know what it is about them. I don't know.
Look, I agree with you that they, between the two, the Nautilus is the nicer watch, but very popular these days, the Aquanauts. Everyone's after them. Now, this is Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
He plays for England, clearly an immigrant, and was the victim of some horrific racism yesterday.
Was he?
Yes, by many in the British crowd. It's all over the internet. It's terrible. But he scores, and he's a great player, so they should shut their faces. Anyway, Royal Oak Jumbo, extra thin, open worked, yellow gold, and 39 millimeters. Retails for about 100 if you ever get the call, which you never will. 212. I wouldn't even get the call for this. You know, they'd like me, but I'm never getting a call for something like this. This is wild level. Do you guys dig it? Now, of course, his complexion.
Yeah, you know, gold. Yeah,
gold looks nice on him. Let me pull up the watch itself.
Yeah,
this is it.
Can't tell the time. Can't tell the time.
Right, because of the open works.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of open works. Dark Side of the Moon, even that, I would be like, I wouldn't want that. Once again, the most ridiculously beautiful bracelet. I will never deny you that bracelet is so freaking the way that catches the light. It's beautiful, but I think yours is far more beautiful than that.
I agree, and I think it's just so much to look at already with so much gold. Your eyes are going there, and then you look at the dial, and it's just also so busy, so much to look at. It's not my favorite. I do like yours better. I shouldn't have to say.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you love it? Do you love it?
I have an issue with the open works, just like you.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
You know, just good. You know, I have to be able to read the time. Sorry. You know. When it gets like this is a lot more modest and much easier to read. This is, of course, the 15400 in steel. This is Rodri Hernandez.
Is that your watch exactly?
I have the chronograph.
Oh, you have the chronograph.
This is a 3-hander.
Right.
Beautiful. Look at the way it sparkles on the wrist. Just pops.
Crazy.
Absolutely gorgeous watch. This is kind of a classic.
Yeah.
No squircle. No squircle. No. Retails for. Well, that's wrong.
That's way wrong.
That's way wrong. 29,400, not 19,400. And the market that's wrong too. The market on this is closer to 40.
Yeah.
But it's a classic black dial. I like that he went for black dial. People fall over themselves for green and blue, and they are beautiful, but just a nice black. What's wrong with that? It's a nice contrast. You read the time at a glance.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing about contrast on a dial. This is one of the greatest watches ever designed, ever made. Would you wear one, Michaela?
Honestly, perhaps, yeah. If it was small enough, then yeah.
Yeah, there's a 38 mil version.
Yeah, exactly. I would try it on and look. I just think for something that already looks so masculine, so just cut and, you know, almost industrial, not in a negative way, but I have to be careful with that. But I think, if it was small enough, and I do think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's very refined. It's very refined. So
they have those new Stardust ones for ladies. Aren't they 34 millimeter? Or are they 31?
I saw, yeah.
Those are very pretty.
I know. I
There are some
want to try
30.
them on. I do.
There's the little mini ones that are 26.
Yeah.
They're tiny,
they're
and
very
then there's
small.
some 36 versions or 34 versions as well.
Yeah.
Moving on
Oh,
again,
geez,
Patek Philippe.
guys.
This is a watch we had on
Yeah.
way back, like a year ago. The Aquanaut Luce Rainbow chronograph, rose gold with diamonds, sapphires, 39.9, practically 40 mils. Retail 213. If you ever got the call, which you never will, about 400,000 on the gray market. And I think I have a close up of it here. There you go. What do you guys think? This is an Aquanaut and a weird squircle.
It's got 4th of July squircle. That's what I have to say.
It looks like when you go for gelato and they have all the flavors lined up. I'll take this one, this one.
Oh,
this
it's
one,
rainbow.
This one. Oh, I want
all that
all
really
of the
stood
flavors.
out to me was like the red and blue. Okay, it's rainbow.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry.
No.
I do like the gold numbers on the white dial though. That's pretty. But I mean,
it's very fresh.
It's very fresh. It's garish. I don't know this guy's personality. Maybe I mean I do like the red strap.
He's a soccer star.
Okay.
Women all around the world want to sleep with him.
Okay. I mean, then he should
men.
Save those jewels for your wife and your girlfriend. But
right,
I
like it on white too.
Yeah, I don't like rainbow. I don't like rainbow.
Rainbows have been ruined anyway.
Well, I just mean in general, like the primary colors, I just all next to each other don't look good together.
Yeah,
my opinion. It's just like
I mean that clasp. Oh, diamonds in the clasp too. Oh boy.
Yeah. Kind of unnecessary, if you ask me.
Yeah, I would be worried about that too.
Like they're gonna pop out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just looks like it's something you'd find in an ice cream shop. It just looks like or a toy store. I know it's Patek Philippe and all that, but this guy,
I actually would like it a lot more if there were no diamonds on it.
Mm-hmm.
It would be because the dial has so much texture. It's popping with that bright white and the gold on it. But it's in the red strap. I actually like that.
Me too. I like that for you, Michaela.
Thanks.
That red strap for you. I'd like to see you with that watch in gold, white dial, red strap, no jewels, Michaela.
No squircle.
That would be perfect. No. Well, I mean, it is a bit.
You can't change the squircle. You can't change the squircle.
But that white dial, that might be the thing that puts me over the edge with these watches. The white dial looks so good with the gold.
It does actually.
Jesus, that's a great look.
It's softening his heart for the shape.
Trust me, guys, if you saw it in the flesh, it would be even more mesmerizing. Photos can never do it. These things rise above the level of a lens. Yeah. That thing would just take your breath away, even if you didn't like the diamonds. That the colors, the combos, that off-white that they used. Magnificence. But garish show-off piece. For sure. Now we're back to, this is basically my watch, but in gold with a blue dial. But that's the identical watch. It's the same smaller sub-dial, larger here. This is the small seconds. In full gold. This photo isn't really helping. You see the way it looks on this wrist?
Yeah, it looks glittery there.
Yeah, it looks nicer.
It's matte and flat there. Yeah.
I like it. Think?
Yeah, I like that. It's beautiful.
Yeah, see, that's an example of a lot of gold that really gets your eyes looking at it, but then the dial is just relaxing to look at. It's not stressful bunch of things going in different directions. It's very symmetrical. It's feng shui, if you will.
I like these observations. Very cool.
And the blue is pretty.
It is a beautiful blue. Yeah.
Now, which model, like the tapisserie on these watches? Now, I noticed that sometimes they're larger and smaller. Does it depend on the model, or does it just depend on the dial?
It depends on the model. The offshore versions have the mega tapisserie.
Yeah.
That one there has the grand tapisserie, and then the women's watches have the petite tapisserie.
Yeah.
And it's a big process. They have a big wheel, huge scaled version of it that turns, and it's connected to all these pulleys and cogs, and it all comes down to this tiny little blade that cuts it all out. You can see it on Audemars Piguet's
Wow.
YouTube. It's a wild system that each one of these dials is carefully labored over for days, each one. And sometimes they crack, sometimes they break and they have to start again. It's one of the beauties of AP. This is fine, high-level, bespoke stuff. I think it looks lovely on his wrist there. The photo isn't helping. But as you can see on his wrist, that shit pops from a mile away. You can see it from space.
I think what looks good about it on his wrist is the fact that the watch looks good. It looks like perhaps maybe not the best piece for him. Right. But then again, it could be the photo. He looks very like young, juvenile almost, not in an insulting way. Once he kind of gets more manly as he gets older, it would probably be better. So he should just keep it. Yeah, just keep it. And then as he ages, the watches will suit him more. But he should still wear it. Let himself grow into it.
Can we talk about what's going on his collar? Because he's got he's got the full placket coverage, almost like the same kind of shirt that Daniel Craig wore by Turnbull and Nasser.
I was thinking that too.
But Daniel Craig is built like a brick shithouse, and this guy's very trim, like a swimmer's body. He's certainly got a nice physique. However, what is going on? Is that those big scarabs or some kind of bumblebees?
They look like bees or beetles or something. Yeah,
that's a weird thing.
That's weird.
The structure
doesn't fit him.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, the shirt fits him, but I mean the weird embroidery. If that's what it is, it doesn't make sense. It's a weird fashion thing that isn't suiting him. And those better not be cargo pants.
They look like cargo pants, man.
They look like cargo pants.
Yeah. All right, well, let's move on.
In the world?
Now we have Cole Palmer.
Don't laugh, Dirk. Don't laugh.
I mean,
you're making me laugh.
Cole Palmer wearing the Daytona Platinum. It's the Platinum Daytona, also known as the Platona, and 40 mils, of course, because that's the only way they come. Retail is 80 grand if you ever get the call, which you never will. 125 on the market. We do know some people who have got the call for these watches.
We do.
But, I never have. Let's have a look on, here's some close-up photos I found that are even better than the Rolex website. What do you think?
That baby blue with the gorgeous brown. I can't look away. It's so pretty.
Right.
I love it, personally. Gorgeous.
I mean,
but
who would have thunk it that like this kind of deep, dark chocolate brown would go with baby blue
and brown? They do.
Oh my God.
Beautiful combos. I would take that and I would flip it so fast. It's beautiful, but I'm not a Daytona guy, but I would flip the living Fig Newton out of that and get buy everybody a watch of their dreams for that kind of money.
Damn.
You get a sub and you get a sub and you get a, you know, because it's just worth so much money. But the blue and the brown, gorgeous.
Yeah, that's
that
so
blue
nice.
is just divine. It's beyond divine.
It's amazing.
It truly is.
I mean,
divine.
I just Daytonas. I just think, man, be a speedmaster already. Why don't you? Come on.
I actually love the hour markers too.
Yeah, in diamonds. You can get it in diamonds or regular. And diamonds actually work on it. Now we have Nico Williams with. I've had a couple of these watches. I had this one without the diamonds in its exact config. And then I had a gray dial, slate dial with diamonds. It was the only piece I ever had with diamonds in it. Yeah. It was just enough diamonds not to be, too feminine. Do you like?
I like it without diamonds.
Yeah, I like it without the diamonds as well.
I'm not into diamonds on a man's watch.
That so beautiful. So nice. Immediately better.
Yeah, I mean, that's just magical, beautiful.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at them fans. When did they start doing that?
Yeah, you can see the loom.
Oh, isn't that fancy smart? Wow.
It's a good watch. I think it looks good on him.
It does.
I mean, you can't go wrong with a date.
He should have had a gold watch though, because his beautiful brown skin would have looked amazing with that.
Would look even better, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good option though.
Yeah,
can't go wrong with a date. Just a beautiful thing. All right, this is the keeper, Jordan Pickford. He saved the day a couple of times last night, but unfortunately not enough. And he's wearing the Richard Mille Johann Blake in ceramic. This thing is on the market around 200 grand. My main issue with this particular one is these lines that are supposed to make things look like the speed or something like that, I would mistake them for the time. Like I'd be like, well, hold on, what time? Where's the hands? You know, at a glance. You feeling me on that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That is one of the many oddities of this watch that are not working. Yeah. Not good. It's ugly.
I knew you guys would give that answer, but you know, I just wanted to hear it again. What are you showing? Pez.
Wait, you have a Pez?
I didn't realize this, but I have a giant. It looks like an MTV Movie Award. I have a giant Pez dispenser, and I've had it in my room this entire time. But look at this; it's filled with Pez.
Oh my god!
Dirk,
oh my god, dude, get on it and start munching away.
No, I tried one, and it was the worst tasting thing I've ever. I mean, it was hideous. Then I looked at the ingredients. Holy chemical! Every chemical known to mankind is in this.
It's asbestos, basically, little blocks of asbestos.
Let's see, asbestos. Yeah.
That's hilarious. So we're back to the Pez thing with the
that's
with the Richard Mille.
Is he from Brazil?
No, he's British. He's the British.
Because those are Brazilian colors, you know.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, Johann Blake, because it's made for Johann Blake, so that's where that comes from.
Yeah, it's uglier than hell. Damn.
Yeah,
that's.
I mean, don't waste your money. That's all I got. A lot of
money on something so ugly.
Here was an interesting one. Cernucci. La Mal. No, but check this out, guys. I thought this was really interesting because it's all bust down. Like, look at the thing from top to bottom. And I have a link here. I found it. I didn't even know about these guys. This big bust down watch, like grotesque.
Damn.
And clearly they're all fake
diamonds.
Because the watch
is 685 euros.
Is 600 euros. So you're looking.
Got my Swarovski.
Yeah.
Wow. I want to get one of those and just go out to a restaurant and sit at a table outside and see what people do. You're like, will the moped show up and try to steal my watch? Be like, take it.
That many diamonds. I mean, I know they're not diamonds, but even if they were, it's very much giving granny vibes. Granny's knick-knack collection vibes. It looks dusty, cluttered, too put together. It's probably going to get dirty in between those crevices so quick, and no one cleans their jewelry. And I'm sorry, it's fugly. I said it.
It's super fugly.
And I mean, this is something you won't be able to unsee. It's so bust down beyond belief. But look at the crown, just sitting there.
Yeah, like AP crown,
lump of shit.
It looks like it's the hexagon, right? It's hex screw.
Sure, but that's not what I'm thinking about. I mean, aren't they gonna just make? They're already caught with their pants down here with all the fake jewels. Make this thing a jewel or cover it with jewels.
Yeah, make it a big
fat jewel. Yeah. Instead, they just went cheapened out. They lost their mojo at the end there and just slapped that on. Horrific.
Reminds me of like a little stopwatch, just big things sticking out for no good reason.
I feel like this guy wanted to be the man and had this watch and was like hoping that someday he'd have the, Patek equivalent or something.
Is he a player or the kit manager?
Like, he's a player with Spain. He's very, very young. I don't know if it's this guy. Can anybody in the chat confirm? One of the players is 17.
Okay.
Or maybe this is him. And that would explain.
It looks shockingly big on him. The piece doesn't look like it would be that wide.
No, it looks like a lady's watch.
Yeah, and then when you see it on
big
him,
on him. Oh,
yeah,
boy.
on him it does. In the photo,
someone in the chat confirm that, because we have a lot of soccer guys in the chat.
Julia says it's him. That's 17.
It's him. Okay, there you go. Thank you.
Wow.
Get him a Seiko or something good,
Yeah, get him a nice Seiko.
Yeah. Something that's respectable and has history and it's well made.
I mean, this is worse than him wearing a Hublot. Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Dave Fitzsimons, if Julius Caesar was a rapper, he'd be wearing Cernucci.
Cernucci. Kobe Mainu.
Wow.
Kobe Mainu was wearing one of my watches. This is the root beer, guys. They're very famous. Looks great on him. Rock solid GMT Master 2 retails for 17,000. It goes for more than that now. And yeah, just around 20 in USD on the gray.
Yeah.
You guys like the root beer? You
love
fans?
The root beer, love it. Huge fan.
Yeah. Love warm colors.
Yeah.
So
Mesmerizing.
beautiful.
This is some of my shots of it.
Yeah, it's one of the most beautiful watches they make. It's so
Quite a
soft
stunner.
to look at.
A
So
lot of
soft.
chocolatey goodness
Yeah.
happening. We were looking at the full gold one last week. Do you remember?
Yeah.
But a lot of people consider this to be one of the only two-tone Rolex that might be better than the full, because some people believe that it's. I wouldn't say no to the full, but
Right.
some
But it
people
adds to
think some people think that the full is just too much. It's gone too far.
I
With
could
all
see
of that
that.
rose gold everywhere, it's just getting too much into that. Whereas when it's on the steel, it's kind of just enough chocolatey.
It gives it dimension. It gives it dimension in this case with the two-tone. So all of the colors meld together, especially when you're moving it around like that. The light hits it in a different way. I think that the two-tone is just perfect for this one, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, gorgeous. Classic.
All right.
Forever.
Moving on. We've only a couple left anyway, so we'll be out of here soon. Phil
Why are
phone.
these haircuts trending? I don't know.
I know, they're so bad.
They are.
They're so ugly, those haircuts.
They're
terrible.
So, it looks
Is
like
that-
a little cap on your
It's a
head.
Caesar, but way up top, though.
I just
Oh,
want to
God.
mess up your hair a little, babe. Let me just mess it up a tiny bit. Add some dimension, some texture.
Now he's wearing a 36 mil platinum with diamonds, a day date, of course, baguette cut rainbow sapphires around the rainbow sapphire indices.
That's not factory, right?
No, that's absolutely factory.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shame on you, Rolex, for doing that.
There it is. There. Well, I mean, look, Rolex made one of the first and most famous rainbows was the Daytona.
Well, of
Rainbow
course,
Daytona.
the Rainbow Daytona. Yeah.
So it's when Rolex kind of wander off the map a little bit and get experimental and arty. So we expect that from them. After all, there is a day date that says love and happiness and stuff instead of the days, and has emojis here. So they do.
Ew.
They are a little pop art sometimes.
Yeah, whimsical and fun.
Yeah. Retails for 125,000.
Imagine spending your hard-earned money on that. I just out of everything, it's just so.
Well, if they get paid,
ugly.
what do these soccer guys make? The big ones,
Ridiculous money.
20, 30, 40 million a year.
Easily.
Yeah.
Someone just said he looks like he just left the monastery.
Right, because of that.
It's a haircut. Yeah. It's true.
And a Dior t-shirt. That tells me all I need to know.
Yeah, right.
You don't need to do that. Just if you're gonna wear a t-shirt, just wear a t-shirt. It doesn't need to say Dior, Prada, Balenciaga. Just calm down.
Everybody
calm
with their
down.
Balenciaga shirts make me want to scream. Like what? I always like. Do you know what they make? Do you have any idea what that company makes? They don't know. Horrible.
So no points for this.
0.
Yeah. Hey, listen. I think the indices in Rainbow is better than Rainbow all around the bezel. I think I prefer that than if pushed. If I had to make a choice between one style and the other, I would go for this.
Yeah.
All of these tiny diamonds across the dial, I'm not a fan of. I don't like
get rid
those
of
kind
those
dials. It looks like scales. It's gross.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Yeah,
it's really.
And it's hard to compare the two styles with diamonds because it's just so different. It's hard to say I would even choose one or the other because they're just very different. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the entirety of the watch. If it was more sleek and then maybe just those pop-up diamonds, it wouldn't be so bad. But the rest is so crusty looking. I don't like it. Scales.
Yeah. Also, it's a bit too old for him. He needs to grow up into a watch that's that kind of blingy. He should have just gone with a regular day date or date just would have been more than enough. But he's very wealthy and he probably wanted the biggest, most expensive watch they had in the store at the time. This is an Hublot Big Bang. This guy is Jesus Navas and he's got the classic gold and ceramic Big Bang. Don't get me started. Not a Hublot fan. Wannabe AP. Way too expensive for what it is. It's 46, nearly 47,000 euros. That's $50,000 for a fucking ugly Hublot. Does anybody in the room find anything redeeming about this watch?
Yeah, give us a good argument. And also, it's so ghastly huge on him. It looks stupid. He looks like a Jersey Shore character.
Totally.
Mhm.
Is that what that show is called? Jersey Shore? Yeah,
Jersey
he
Shore.
looks like a Jersey Shore character. Like he's wearing
Looks like he's
some
got
giant
a
Invicta. He
hubcap
looks
on
like
his
he's wearing
wrist.
some ugly Invicta that he got from Costco.
Yeah. That's what a Costco watch.
Here's the first
Mm-hmm.
one that's under retail. Like retail is 32. It's actually more.
Yeah.
And 25, you'll get one. You probably get one for bloody 50.
And you won't get the call for that either.
You're crazy. This is another AP.
Sure.
Declan Rice.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very
this is kind of
bright.
a fume dial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't have one ready to pull up from the site. 39 millimeters. This is the jumbo.
Mm-hmm.
Extra thin. These are very, very thin. I believe they're like 9 millimeters thin, which is really, really nice. It's a classic AP, but it has that fume effect
Sure.
on the dial. Do you guys like that or not?
Yeah, I do. I like it a lot.
I do like it.
I think it looks
Yeah.
great
Nice.
for yachting or summer fun.
Mhm.
It reminds me of a beautiful light hazel eyes, you know, with the darkness on the
Right.
outside and going golden in the center.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
This is a Cartier. This is the Dumont with the micro rotor that looks like a little airplane. I'll pull up some other photos. This is a skeleton design. It's 31 millimeters. So it's very small. It actually sits well on his wrist, I have to say, considering.
It does.
I've got an
So
article
glad
here
he
from-
wore his ball gown jewelry with that too.
That's
that makes sense. What? What on earth? It's like
What? It's
fancy.
puka shells. I think he's wearing like island shells.
Is that what it is? I can't
Yeah,
tell. It looks like
I think that
super
they're-
fancy drop necklace.
I think he's got a
or
string
something.
of pearls and some shells.
Oh,
Because
okay,
he's got
okay.
like
It's
that.
an illusion.
Doesn't he have that Pacific Islander vibe?
Mhm.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah. Ollie Watkins. Great player.
Yeah. That watch is horrible. Ugh.
You don't like the watch?
No.
Wow.
It's a Santa. It's an ugly Santa. It's a Santa's that's even ugly. That one's better.
This one's nicer, is it?
Yeah, that's nicer.
I
But
don't
still,
like it because
I
I
can't
feel
read
like
it.
I'm not looking at the front. I feel
Yeah,
like I'm not
yeah.
looking at the front and it
Yeah,
feels
yeah.
backwards.
I don't like
But I
that.
don't hate it. I think I would just have to warm up to it.
No.
I don't know how I feel about it.
No.
There's
No.
3 of them here. The one on the left, I think, is ugly there. But
It's
this
so
is the
ugly.
one he had in the center. It's
Yeah.
not that bad. This is probably the nicest one. I don't know if it's white, gold, or
Completely
steel.
see-through. Oh,
Yeah, completely see through. You can see your
That's
arm
odd.
through this thing.
Huh.
That's weird.
Yeah.
How does it work? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's 31 millimeters. Like, I can't wear it.
What is that?
It's just it's kitschy, and it looks like if he was working on a biplane and he was the engine rebuilder, and this was a commemorative piece for his job well done.
Yeah, that's what you got here. You got the
Yeah.
biplane from above.
I just don't think the rest of it is just weird. Oh,
And
that's
it looks
weird.
ugly there. It
So
looks pretty
ugly.
ugly there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to see, if you have a hairy arm, you're going to see hairs through
Yeah, forget
this.
it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's disgusting. I don't want to see that. And I love a man with hairy arms and all that, but that's nasty. I don't want to see it all
Yes.
pressed up against there.
No, it doesn't look
It
good.
gives me
pressed up
it gives
against
me
anything.
giddies. I don't like it.
Yeah. I'll never forget when I was a kid, there used to be these commercials for this place called the Beautiful Mount Airy Lodge. And it was like a romantic getaway up in the Catskill Mountains. And they had a big, giant bathtub made out of glass, shaped like a champagne glass with a spiral staircase. I'm like, so when your honey goes in there and they're waiting for you and you're getting the champagne and strawberries, you get to see their hairy ass smushed up against the
Ew.
glass. I mean, nobody's body looks good pressed up against anything.
Dirk,
like
you just have the most amazing just examples and stories to
that.
bring
Nobody looks good like that. It's like
in. Where did that come from? That was beautiful.
that looks terrible. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
have
you
a
know
look at the watches.
clear glass bathtub. You remember that?
Glass bathtub.
Ew.
I'm just thinking, no, it's the gay in me. I was like, oh, that's wrong. But get rid of that.
We've been going for almost an hour and a half. Let's have a look at those watches again. Let's see this new addition to your collection, Dirkus Maximus.
This is my brand new Fields and Marine. Let me take it off so everybody can see it. It's really pretty.
You can put a lot of different straps on that, man.
I could
Looks
indeed.
like a 20 mil. Yeah, it looks like a standard 20 mil. Yeah.
Yep.
You put a rubber on there. You can do whatever you
on the
want.
back.
Oh, it's got
I
quick
like it.
release.
Looks good.
Yeah,
You can quick release those straps.
Yep, I could.
Yeah.
Yep, it does.
Very
In
nice.
case
It's
of
beautiful. The strap
emergency.
is made in Italy, and it's beautifully made, Swiss-made watch. It they got together with whoever the Italian-American guy who bought the company and all their patents and all that stuff got together with a consortium in Switzerland called Watch Angels, and they backed them, and they came out with a couple. They have a couple of different variants of this. They have I believe they have a chronograph on the way, a bunch of different things. And this was from Angelo Michaela, and it's so pretty. And I love this crown. So cool.
Very
I love it.
Cool. Again, I'm wearing the AP. I found a good angle earlier, didn't I? That I was like,
yeah, it was good.
Was it this angle? Can't remember. I don't like all of
You gotta
like
practice your poses. Take photos of each one, remember.
Stunner. Loving this watch.
Yeah,
legendary watch. Perfect for me. Big industrial look, but also very shiny. That rose gold.
That's a man's watch.
Yeah, the rose gold accents are a beautiful thing.
Beautiful.
Love it. Love it. And Michaela, when are you going to wear your nomadic? I was half expecting you to wear it.
I'm making something. I'm making something. It's a surprise.
Oh, I'll shut up then. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just joking. No, I'm just joking. I am making a video for it, and it's
let me ask you this right out of the
fresh.
gate, and it won't be. I won't be offended, and neither will Peter from Nomadic. Do you like the watch? Do you think it's nice?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
I like it. And when I got my delivery, one of my friends just happened to be there. And they're like, what's that? I'm like, oh, you didn't get a watch shipped to you from Italy? Oh, okay. I understand. I understand how you feel. I opened it up and he's just looking. He's like, that is so cool. And he doesn't know anything about watches. And he was instantly like, whoa, that's really pretty. And it is. It is objectively a good looking watch. So I'm excited to put the little, it's nothing crazy. It's just a fun little video for it.
Can't wait.
Fab.
Yeah.
Fab. Hey, good show, guys. Guys, go and check out Michaela de Chatillon's YouTube. Dirk, can you pull that up there if you have a banner?
Thank you, indeed. Okay, Michaela de Chatillon. There you go.
Thank you.
Get in on her show and all her latest updates. You're going to really enjoy her content.
Yeah, I've got... Yes, go over and check out her YouTube.
Yeah, please.
How can I share over the present here? Stop that screen. Here we are, present. Yeah, I just want to give people a sneak peek at Michaela's YouTube. If you haven't already subscribed, what was your latest video? You put one out just the other day about being, you should be high maintenance.
Yeah,
not crusty. Yeah. No, I just thought I'd talk to some people about that because it's important. Oh yeah, my little sponsorship. Yeah, nice. Good stuff.
Yeah,
it was just a fun little quick video for.
So Michaela talks watches. She talks style. She talks decorum, class, and she's also been on the Whatever podcast, arguing with what's his name, Andrew. What is his
Andrew
name?
Wilson? Yeah.
Andrew Wilson. Yeah.
I'm going back this Sunday.
It keeps coming up in my feed, and I try to watch other people. I'm not interested. Like I'll watch it when you're back on, but like whenever it's just all these bored girls sitting around, it's never interesting. But I'll definitely be watching.
I think they are peaking right now. I think the show's peaking right now, and we'll see what happens because I do think eventually people will get tired of the 10 girls barely saying anything back and forth for 7.5 hours.
Sure.
If they condense it to like 4 people, it might be a little bit better, but I can't tell this person how to do a show because obviously with almost 5 million subscribers, they know what they're doing.
Sure.
But I can understand why to so many people it's really hard to listen to.
Yeah, there are really cool watch videos here, guys. Watches you need for summer. What your watch says about you, what kind of car you would drive with certain watches and so on. You might find it interesting, all from a woman's perspective. So go check it out, guys, and give her a sub. Get on it right now. Michaela de Chatillon. Okay, guys, great show. That was a lot of fun. Dirk, you were on fire tonight. All the hatred. All the fucking, what was it? The squircle?
I love it.
Squircle.
I'll never get it out of my head.
And I appreciate your giant dispenser. Good stuff. You're just quick with it.
Squircles.
See you guys next week. We might be doing the Tour de France and other things.
Tour de France. Perfect.
Yeah. Cool. See you. Bye.